Hello, Terraformers! Fieldspell YGO here, bringing you another amazing deck profile. But if deck profiles aren't your style, or if you want to, after this, go see it being played, 2 days from this video's being uploaded, I will upload a rated video where I go on to rated on Dueling Book, or if it's a really bad deck, just go on unrated, and then I'll do a few duels, depending on how long they are, and show off the deck. So today, we have Monarchs. Monarchs aren't known for being that good recently, but with Pantheism to 3, I feel like they're a really, really good rogue deck that we should definitely take an opportunity to explore. So basically, Monarchs are an incredibly powerful deck, capable of completely blocking your opponent out of the game while summoning some of the strongest boss monsters out there. The deck used to have one big problem though, bricking. However, with consistency cards like all of these and Pantheism back to 3, it only bricks like 30% of the time now. It's actually pretty consistent. So, basically the game plan is summon an Edia, summon an Adios, summon an Either or Erebus, then go from there. Or go summon one of these. And we have the Prom Monarch that can recycle itself, Pantheism that can search for a bunch of stuff, including the field spell domain, and the Monarchs Erupt. This is the terraforming of the deck, basically. So yeah. So let's get into the deck profile. First, we have our Triumphant Tyrants. 3 Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. What she does is basically you can tribute summon her by attributing a tribute summon monster that barely comes up, and then you can send a Pantheism and most of the time a Prime Monarch to basically summon another Aether from your deck, your graveyard, or your hand. And basically what that does is it can return to the hand and summon during your opponent's turn. So it's actually a pretty good disruption. Then there's Erebus. There's Erebus. So what Erebus does is he has the same summoning condition, and he can also send 2 spell trap cards and shuffle a card from your opponent's hand at random or from their side of the field, your choice, into the deck. And he can banish 2 spells from the graveyard to special summon himself whenever. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Then we have Kuraz, the light monarch. It's only level 6, so you only need 1 tribute. You can pop 2 cards, and each card that was popped, the players whose field it was on draws one, so you could pop your opponent's things to go for the OTK, or pop your own stuff to draw 2. Then there's 1 Majesty's Fiend, because it's searchable, and 3 Vanity's Fiend, because it isn't. These are just extra monarchs that just lock you out. They're not monarchs, but they definitely lock out your opponent, and they're definitely worth having. So then, we have our sweet squires. First, 3 Edia. What Edia can do is basically, she can special summon Edios from the deck in defense position, and when she's in the graveyard, can banish her to get back a Pantheism. On the other hand, Edios gives you an extra tribute summon, which makes it possible to summon monarchs. And you can banish him to add her back, so you have to decide which of the 2 you want to use in the graveyard. So then, we have 3 Domain of the True Monarchs. What this card is an incredibly powerful field spell. That's the reason why it's so good. The deck is so good. It's the first of our many, many blowout spells in this deck. Basically, what it does is your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck, it's the well-known one, but there are also a few really handy effects that go along with it. These are a slight attack boost when attacking to get over that Dragoon that your opponent has. And, on top of that, it can also make a Monarch in your hand have 2 less levels, so you can summon it for 1 less tribute, and that's pretty good. Then there's 2, Return of the Monarchs. What Return does is basically, when you tribute summon, you can search a Monarch. Yeah, it's pretty good. So then, there's March of the Monarchs. What that does is, tribute summon monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. It's actually really, really good. Then there's the Monarch Stormforth. What this does is, you can tribute a monster your opponent controls for a tribute summon, so yeah, it's pretty good. Then there's 1 Upstart Goblin to draw 1. There's 3 Pantheism of the Monarchs. You can use it to send another spell to the grave, to spell or trap to the grave to draw 2. And then you can banish it to say, okay, I have 3 domain in my deck, so I select domain, domain, and domain. Add 1 to my hand. Or if you already have domain, marks, erupt, marks, erupt, marks, erupt. Yeah, so then there's 1 for Burial Goods, 1 for 1, and 1 Reinforcement of the Army for consistency. And then you have 3 Tenacity of the Monarchs. What Tenacity does is basically you can reveal a Monarch to add a spell and trap card. It's pretty good. Then there's the Monarchs Erupt, a card that's almost as good as the field spell itself. Basically, it's a floodgate that says if we have no cards in our extra deck, all of our opponent's monsters' effects are negated, but we have to control a tribute summon monster, so yeah. Still pretty good because this deck is based on tribute summoning. So then there's Escalation of the Monarchs. Basically, when you activate this, you can activate this once per turn during either player's turn. Once you activate it, you can just tribute summon for free. So then there's the Prime Monarch. Its field effect isn't really that important, but its graveyard effect is. So what that is you can take another spell trap in your grave, banish it to summon it as a monster with the stats. The stats don't really matter, but yeah, it's pretty good for tribute fodder. So then we have our side deck. I took particular care of this. So Pankratops is unlimited on the ban list, I thought. That's weird. So yeah, I thought it was, but I guess it's not, so let's just run 1 Dark Ruler. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I was just really thought it deserved it, so I managed to trick myself into thinking that, sorry guys. I managed to trick myself into thinking it was unlimited. Yeah, so basically, 1 Pankratops, then 3 Gamma Seal to tribute your opponent's monsters for some extra oomph going second. Sideframe Gear Gamma, because this is needle fiber format and it destroys. Then 3 Dark Ruler no more, and 3 Forbidden Droplet, because they basically do the same thing. And then 1 Evenly Match. So yeah, in all, this is a very powerful deck with a very solid ability to set up, repeat their lines, and make constant advantage while swinging in for game, preventing your opponent from doing anything. And it's a really good theme for the deck since it's about Monarch's complete control over the citizens of the country. In the same way, you cannot summon from the extra deck or activate monster effects because these powerful Monarchs are ruling over you. It's a really fun deck, and I'd definitely try it out now that Pantheism is at 3. It actually bricks a lot. I hope to see you around for the PvP video. And remember, you're all awesome. Every single one of you.